Hello for those watching the replay. Sorry. Just getting it set up a little bit so you can see me. If I go this way, it probably, well, maybe not. It is nicer for you here. Have another chair here. It'll be really noisy. All right. Oh, I see someone's on already. Hello. Hello. I am just in a real chill mood, and I thought I would do, we have some new members in the group, so welcome to the new members. And I thought I would do a video about something that I hear a lot from the new members, and so I wanted to address it, and that is really about, you know, that moment, the moments in life, the time, the phase that we can go through when we're dealing with all of, let's say, the symptoms. Hello, whoever dropped on. Who's here? Hi, Lisa. How are you doing? Wow. Long time no see. When we deal with some of the symptoms of perimenopause, which often most people don't realize that along comes so many of the emotional things too, like the inability to handle stress like we once could, the ups and downs of the emotions, which can be probably one of the worst things that we're dealing with, the anxiety, all of those things. So we may be dealing with this physical symptoms like the weight gain and all of that, right? And the physical symptoms are bad enough to handle, but then you're all of a sudden you're thrown into these wild emotional up and downs and hi Sherry, wild emotional symptoms, and they can just leave you feeling like pretty helpless. You know, and then the physical, being tired, exhausted, your adrenal glands are probably burned out. So for somebody who has not heard about that before and is feeling this really tired and exhausted state, check out, like, just kind of Google adrenal burnout or adrenal fatigue and see if that could be something you're experiencing, because that's very, very, very common at this phase of life, because you are relying on your adrenal glands to produce the hormones now, because your ovaries are producing less, okay? And your adrenal glands are the ones that produce cortisol and adrenaline. So they are the ones that are produced, kind of go into overdrive when you're in stress. And so what I'm hearing is a lot of women are like busy in their lives. So you're super busy already dealing with things, and then you hit this midlife phase, and it could be where all of a sudden your body's changing, so you actually, like, all these things happen that leave you more exhausted, more stressed, more overwhelmed, more emotional, full of anxiety. And then you're having to deal with your already busy life. Pretty crazy. And then what if something happens to your family or your parents, and now you're taking care of aging parents, right? This is more common than people realize. The thing is that women, of course, just want to do it all on themselves and feel that I need to take care of everybody. This is my job. There's no one else to do it. So you get caught in the having to take care of so many people, and then putting yourself last at a time, especially if this is happening to you when you are in perimenopause. And perimenopause is the stages leading up to where you still have a bit of your period. So you're still in perimenopause if you have your period, even if it's every 3 months. Menopause is once you haven't had it for a year, at least one full year, okay? So the symptoms get better when you've stopped having your period for one full year, and you're taking care of yourself. This is the big thing. Then your symptoms will get a bit better, but they don't stop. And this is the thing too, you guys. They don't stop. So even when we're finished, it's not like all of a sudden you go back to the way you felt in your 20s and 30s. That doesn't necessarily happen. So what I want to really encourage you is, even when it feels like there's nothing you can do, there's hopeless, you got to take care of everybody else, it's a crucial time to tune into you and go, what can I do for myself at this phase? Now that could be, remember, we don't need to find time. It's not lost, we have time. Supplements, eating good, okay? Those eating good, nutritious foods, those things are crucial. And since you're eating anyways, and you just need to go to a health food store or order a good supplement, or get with a multi-level marketing company with a really good healthy supplements, right? And order those, buy those, and support your body. Also super powders like moringa, spirulina, a mixed green powder blend which contains minerals and trace minerals, and wheatgrass powder, because wheatgrass is, you don't want to deal with that. Wheatgrass powder. You can buy so many of those good super powders at even some of the grocery stores. These give you more nutrients that help support your glands that produce the hormones. So when you're having these good nutrients coming into your body, which includes the foods, the supplementation, super powders, superfoods, all of that, your body's being supported right there. So that's an easy way to support your body while you're still not having to give up your whole life, right? You need to support your body with better nutrition. No, our food does not have enough, and you probably are not eating enough of the really good food, unless you're super clean and eating a really good high raw diet or lots of raw food and are doing all of that. You're not probably properly supporting your body. So you do need extra supplementation, some superfoods, super powders, all of those things. And I teach about those in my programs and give you all the recipes. This is crucial. This is the place to start. And another place to start is stress. Now, sometimes we can't, hi Michelle, we can't get rid of the people in our lives. Sometimes we are at a place where we need to take care of people. I was at a stage where I was taking care of my daughter and kind of my mom at the same time, right? I know what that's like. And I was running my business and working part-time. I know when there's a lot going on, but I still absolutely 1000% knew that I needed, if I was going to be there for those other people, I needed to take good care of myself. So I continually ate well, and I continually bought the good supplements and super powders and all that. I did never once, ever, no matter how broke I was, ever not support my body, because this is what keeps you going, your body. Now, when we eat foods that are, when you are over emotional, or hi Christine, when you are going through stressful times or really super busy times, or this part of perimenopause, and you are not supporting your body properly with the proper foods, nutrients, supplements, all of that, what happens is the anxiety, the depression, because it affects your hormones level. So serotonin, which is the feel-good hormone, oxytocin, all of these things, you guys, are affected. And if you're eating foods that are like the ones we want to grab, the carby foods, the no nutrient foods, the fast foods, the prepare in the microwave foods, never use the microwave, please, you guys. It not only kills your food, it actually alters it so that it's not good for you. Very, very unhealthy, the microwave. Never use it, ever. So what was I talking about? Yeah, if you don't support, so if you're eating the bad foods and you're, because you're binging because you're all upset and you're stressed, and that's, we tend to eat like that when we feel out of control, when we feel like we can't, we're helpless, right? So when you're eating those foods, those are only contributing to more negative emotions, more foggy brain, more exhaustion, tiredness, and of course more weight gain and feeling the fog, and then the rise and fall of blood sugar levels, which lead to more cravings. So it's a cycle we get into, and then probably at this phase of life, insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is when you cannot lose the weight at all, and pretty much everything you eat turns right into fat because it's processed as sugar within the body. And that is very, very, very common in perimenopause because, like I said, you have your hormones are fluctuating, and they need extra nutrition and the right kinds of nutrition. And when they're not given it, they, let's just say, screw up. They screw up, simplified. And in midlife, your metabolism, you actually don't metabolize carbohydrates the same as you did in your 20s and 30s. Isn't that interesting, eh? Especially the starchy ones. When you are going through this perimenopause, because the way your hormones are working, which is insulin, they take in the like the oatmeals and the potatoes and the French fries and what else do I want to say? The rices, even wild rice, not wild rice, more so brown rice, all rices, pastas, even gluten-free pasta. They take that in and they see it as sugar. I mean, your body, right? It takes it in. Oh, this is just pure sugar. It's like white bread, and it puts it right to fat. That's the way it works in midlife. So if you're continuing to eat those things, even smaller portions, it doesn't matter. The bad thing about small portions is you're eating like small portions of pasta, you're eating something that's just being converted to sugar and fat. And then you're also not getting any good nutrients that your body needs or your glands need to produce the hormones. So you're basically starving them. Your body's not going to produce more hormones healthy. And it's all you're just gonna keep the weight gain going, and the sluggish feeling, and the fogginess, and the tired, exhaustion, ups and downs of emotions, blood sugar levels all over the place, and cravings. So the best place to start is when you're feeling like this, when you have so much going on in your life, is to keep it simple. Simplify your food. Eat more clean and healthy foods. Read all labels. Get out of the packaged, processed, microwaved, all of those kinds of foods. Because those toxins that go into your body, because the chemicals are made up in them, are stored in fat. And you will not release fat while you have toxins in your body, because your body stores toxins in the fat. It needs it to store the junk that you are taking into your body, right? So this is a lot in this video. But what I want to say is when you are feeling like that, when you are feeling like, oh my God, there's just so much going on and I just, simplify things. Eat, drink healthy, nutritious foods and keep it simple. Whether that means having a plate of quinoa and broccoli, whether that means like having, if you eat meat, right? Like some lean, good organic meat with a whole bunch of vegetables and salad on the side. It does not have to be complicated. It does not have to take you hours in the kitchen. If someone says that takes hours, I will challenge you and you will time yourself to make some sauteed broccoli and some quinoa. Time yourself. It does not take long. Stop saying it takes long to make healthy food. Stop saying it's too expensive, because the alternative or the response or the reaction or the circumstance of not eating healthy is either what you're feeling now or worse. Okay, so that's my little baba today. And also, yes, when you start getting the foods, you really truly need to continue to work on the inner you, ways to decrease the stress in the moment without having to take 3-hour yoga classes, right? It's not about that. It's about learning these little ways to tune in with your body, connect with your body, listen to your body, love your body, respect your body. And when you treat it good, it's going to treat you good. But what we do is we give up on ourselves. We give up on our body because of the emotions we allow ourselves to think over and over again, because of our circumstances. So in my programs, we completely, always, the biggest part of my programs are working on, are working on how to change our thoughts, shift our emotions around things. Begin to support ourselves better emotionally as well as the physically, right? That's a huge part of it, because that's when it works. Women who have been in my programs know, oh my God, those things combined is when it works. If you just have the food and you're just working on the do, that is not going to be enough, and you're just going to end up feeling like this is impossible, nothing's working, I don't have time. But when you work at making this healthy eating and living thing part of you, and working on the inside, shifting your thoughts, beliefs, all of that, and your emotions, and learning to deal with these feelings of overwhelm, these feelings of stress, these feelings of, I don't know if I can do this. Plus being surrounded by a supportive community of women who are going through the same thing. So we have this support network, people to talk to, people to vent to if you need to, right? That is what is done in my programs. So, when you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, like I said, hi Lauren, all these wonderful people are dropping on. I'm almost finishing up here, but it was a good one. I was just talking about how important it is to support yourself, to think if you're overwhelmed and you got a million things going on, that the food and supplements are the first place to start. That way you don't have to all of a sudden figure out how you're going to rearrange your whole life, right? So the food, what you drink, as in the lemon waters, as in the smoothies and all of those things, hi Dania, are the place to start. Really start with your food. Then you kind of move into managing your emotions, learning to handle the stress a little bit better. your thoughts, your words, how you react in this world, how you react, how you respond to situations instead of reacting to them, right? So it's this whole levels of mind, body, spirit. And that's definitely, if one area of your life is really out of balance, it's going to affect every single level, every single layer. But one thing you can do is, I always say, start with the food, start with that. My Where to Start program it's only $67. And that what shows you what foods, is what foods to eat, where to start. This is what supports you through perimenopause. So anybody who's really stuck on, I don't know what foods, I don't know what to start, I don't know where to start. It's like an ebook. It's got recipes, it's got videos, it's got everything that gives you life, and you can do it all on your own time, okay? And then I'm also doing an empowered program. So the program's called Empowered. We're going for 30 days. We are taking you right up to Christmas. And this Empowered program is exactly what I'm talking about. Hello, I was dropped on. And that is about bringing the mind, body, spirit thing and knowing this is you, this is your life. So really bringing it all together, right? The eating, because you do get the recipes too, the eating, the thoughts, the beliefs, handling emotions, dealing with the emotions. What do we do with the energy that's all crazy around us? How do we deal with other people? Setting up intentions and desires and goals for our life now and where we want to move in 2019, because 2019 is coming. And the more we continually put things off, especially ourselves, right? You continually to put yourself last, it's not going to be good. Yes, you signed up. I'm so excited you signed up, Sherry. Thank you so much. These supportive communities, Sherry just put a note of how important it is to have these communities around you. This is what makes a difference. I have clients who sign up over and over and over again for my programs. They already have all my recipes. It's nothing to do with the recipes. But of course, you still need, if you're new, you need to know what types of foods I'm talking about that support your body. And what types of foods you may think support your body or may think do, but they actually are contributing to the weight gain at this phase of your life. And the biggest part of it is your thoughts, your words, your beliefs, your feeling of being supported, feeling of being understood. All of those things, that's what I do in my programs. And that's why they're so powerful. You get, we do free live video coaching, Q&As, and trainings where you can come on live on the Facebook Live video and the private Facebook group, and we do discussions back and forth. So I help you with whatever you're dealing with right in that moment. And that's powerful. That's powerful. Because so often we are trying to navigate our healthy eating, our exercise, whatever, do all that for ourselves. But then our life keeps bombarding us with things, right? Boom, boom, boom. And so what happens is if you're the only one, you're trying to support yourself, all this crowds in on you. And pretty soon you've given up on yourself again. Do you guys find that? Oh my God. It's like we call it after the program going back to reality, to our family. And it's like, whoa. When you're in a supportive group, you have support. You have this ongoing support and ongoing feeding. So you're getting fed positive inspiration, knowledge, information that keeps you moving forward and motivated. I am always myself in a coaching group like that. When I haven't been, that's when I begin to feel myself go back down. Because it's just like the world, especially for busy people, we have our work environment, we have our family environment, we have the people we're taking care of, maybe aging parents. We have all these demands and expectations on us. I know I'm very visual, I just visualize them all coming towards us. And we begin to sink and we begin to go, keep continually putting ourselves last, continually. It's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. If we're not fed. So I think one of the things that these groups do, what I do is so powerful in the Facebook communities and my programs, is that you are being filled up yourself. So we give so much, women give so much, but they don't fill themselves up. Because we keep thinking we don't have time. I don't have time for a 3-hour massage. I don't have time for a 2-hour yoga class. I don't have time for a 3-hour gym workout. That's not the thing, right? You need to fill yourself up and work on, I don't even know how to explain it, but when you're in a group of supportive women, it's the energy is filling you up and feeding you and fueling you instead of depleting you. That's the way to put it. Because we do 3 videos a week that is like bringing all this good in to you, keeping you on track, keeping you focused, inspired, helping you to work through your stuff, dump the limiting beliefs, dump the shit that you've been talking about, the the bad habits, all of those things. Like, get clear on what you want to create in your life. Get clear on the type of life you want to live. Actually have permission to say, I think I get to have my life. I'm going to start building and creating a life I desire, right? Instead of letting life happen to me. Because so often, when we're not consciously creating our life, or giving ourselves permission to say, this is really what I want, and no, that is not what I want, what happens is we get taken over. Men are way stronger in that way. I remember my dad. You guys might think so too, might have this. My dad always golfed and did his sporting things. My mom, no, she gave up so many things. But men are always, no, of course I'm going golfing. Of course I'm doing this. This is my night with the boys, right? But women were always, something would come up and they'd be like, oh, I had plans, but that's okay. I don't need to do that, or I'll take the kids here, or I'll do that, or I'll go over there. You're right. I'll just put my stuff last, right? And you're thinking that. You're not even telling someone. You change your plans. You put your things off over and over again. But we look at the men and they're like, no, I have an appointment. Nope, I have a golf game. Nope, I have to do this. I'm going to go do this. They stick with it. They're strong enough to stand up. But we're taught that's not good, because if a woman tries to do that, she's like, oh my God, like, doesn't she care about her family? How selfish is she, right? It's just time to just quit that crap. Just quit that crap. Stop worrying so much about what others think and start worrying more about what you think. Because, when you get older, it's like you'll be, oh my God, why did I care so much about what other people said or thought? And maybe if I would have started living the life I truly desired, I would have been a happier person. And then when I'm happier, then I'm better with other people. I have better relationships. I have more fun. I'm better with my kids. I'm better with my grandkids. I'm better at work. I'm smiley, right? Instead of feeling resentful and bitchy and tired and exhausted because you always say yes, and you're mad at yourself because you always say yes, right? It just doesn't have to be that way, because there's so many more powerful, loving ways to say no. But you first have to believe inside of you that it's okay. And the most important thing you can do is be healthy, treat yourself well, love yourself, take care of yourself, your body inside and out, your spirit, your faith, all of that. That is all important. All of it. You are then being a better role model. You are being a better example. You are showing your kids and grandkids it's important to take care of yourself. Because I watched my mom bitch and not take care of herself and always say that she always had to be last and she never had time for herself. What do you think that taught me? You know what that taught me? I don't want to get married. I don't want to have kids. I'm not living like that. That's terrible. I did end up getting married and having a child. But when I was younger, I thought, if that is marriage and that is being a mother and a wife, I don't want any part of it. Right? So how you and your kids feel, your grandkids, whatever, if you are resentful, even the person you're taking care of, if it's not coming from a loving space, you guys, they feel it. And only reason why you get bitter and resentful in that is because you're also not feeding yourself, filling yourself up, treating yourself well. You know you're not when you're not. So things need to change. right? Things need to change. And that is a gradual change, and that is something that happens over time, but it takes starting. It takes starting that process. Because, oh my God, if you don't start the process, you just end up worse. You just end up worse. I think there's a book out there, and there's also a philosophy out there and stuff on type C personality. There's the AB. And the type C personality is Cancer. And we are seeing more and more. And I believe it's the toxins in our food and the toxins in our environment, but it's also the stress and the toxicity of feeling like we can't have the life we desire. Feeling controlled, feeling too stressed all the time, feeling overwhelmed, feeling like we're not supported, not supporting ourselves, denying our soul, denying our passions, denying our creativity because we're too busy. We have to take care of other people because this is this, and I have to strive, and I have to work 4 jobs, and I have to work 6 days a week, and I have to continue to have this big house, and I have to drive the car, and I have to do this, right? Yeah, type C now, Cancer. Don't let yourself be a type C. Now, you hear when people end up with Cancer and they completely change their lives. Why don't we do that before? If we know, read those stories. Read those stories of those people who something has happened with their health and they've ended up almost dead. They've come back and completely changed their lives. What is their message to you? What is their message? I've completely changed my life. I did not wait until I had Cancer again, because I've had it. I did not wait. My daughter passed away, so that was a big thing, but I was planning all of this before she did too. I just had this sense of, I'm not going to live in a resentful place. I know that leads to illness and disease, and that's not going to be me. I'm going to live my life. And that's why I do what I do, because I really want to encourage women. First, I believe you need to be healthy. Because if you have things you want to do in life and you want to feel good, you want to be inspired, you want to be motivated, you want to feel healthy, you want to feel vibrant, you want to have energy, then it starts with the eating. Absolutely. Supporting your body, eating and supplements. And then it takes the inner shifts, the belief in yourself, the self-worth, all of that. And that's what I work on in my programs too. So my new program, Empowered, 30 days going right up until Christmas, and please do not dare comment or say that Christmas is not a good time to start a healthy eating program. Because it's the best time. The best time. And I will show you how I have never, ever, and my clients now do not at all have a problem with going through the holidays or going through a special occasion and eating healthy. I guarantee it. You will see, oh my God, what did I worry about so much? It's only because it's your thoughts in here that make it hard, that all your stories, all your excuses, all the things you've done and all the habits you've had, those just need to be shifted and changed, that's all. And then everything else falls into place. Oh, do you guys have any questions? It's amazing that I have so many people. So does anybody have questions or comments? I would love to hear. I'm here for you now. Any questions regarding, I'm going to look at my computer, healthy eating, regarding stress release, regarding hormones, anything. Let me open up my computer. Oh yeah, empowerment starts next week. From New Zealand, hello. I'm in Bali, so we're closer to the same time. I love New Zealand. Heather, where are you from in New Zealand? I'm so close now, I think I should go back somewhere around there. Yeah, do you guys have questions? Do you have comments? How are you doing right now? What are some of the things you're kind of being challenged with? What are some things you're being challenged with that you... And I got the sales page for my, for my Empowered done, but it's like, I can't even explain what we do in my programs, and I'm having a really hard time. Because another thing in my program is it's always, it's intuitive. It's geared completely 100% to the people in the group. So that people in my group get everything they need out of that program. That's why it's hard for me to explain it on a sales page. It is not cookie cutter. We don't always follow exactly things. We go with the flow. We go with what you need. We go week to week with what comes up, right? I give you all the information through that area, and that's why it's always so hard. Thanks, Sherry. Yeah, why it's always so hard for me to explain my programs, because how do you explain? Did you, Heather? You met me in Bali? Oh my God. Oh, right. My goodness. Yes. Wow. Hello. Now I remember. Oh my God, that's so cool. You came up to me when I was doing a live stream. That's right. Oh, that's so great. Excellent. Yes, and you know what? You can eat the food like as in the turkey and the gravy and all of that. But it's one meal. It's maybe 2 meals. But also it's about, what are you eating around it? How are you starting your day? What do you eat up until Christmas? Knowing your inner why, when you feel good about yourself, when you feel good about your life, when you have direction, when you have clarity, when you have desires that you are now starting to fulfill, when you're doing all of that, you guys, you feel pretty good about yourself, you feel better about your body, you're almost like, well, I know this is not going to support me, so I'm not going to choose it. I'm going to choose these. I get to have a little bit of this, because I love French fries, I love potato chips, I love mashed potatoes, I love all those things. It doesn't mean I never have them. It means it's easy to say no to the bad crap, because you're on that level of just wanting to support your body. That's what you need. That's what you get to. It's like, no, I know it's important to me. I know why I'm doing this. I know, right? I want to support this very important, beautiful body that I have. So when you're at that place, you make better choices. It's when you're not at that place, everything can go boom, right? And that's where I get you in my programs. I guess that's the best way to do it, because we work on the mind, body, spirit, right? Better to eat healthy and feel good. Yeah. It's not challenging. It's only challenging because we say it. So that's another thing. We say those things to ourselves. Words are very, very powerful. So another thing in my programs we do is we completely, positively, 100%. How do you talk to yourself? What do you say? What stories do you tell about the foods, about the meals? Christmas is coming. Oh my God. Well, there we go. There goes my healthy eating. There's nothing I can do. Food's going to be everywhere. And I love that food. I can't stop myself. It's challenging. It's hard. I know. I get it. And we're all saying that, all the women. So what happens is it becomes your belief. Because what you hear, what you say, what you think, the words you use, become your beliefs, which become your actions. Then you take action from that place, instead of taking action from an empowered place. So my new program, Empowered, that's why I called it that. You become empowered. Stop being helpless, stop being the victim, stop saying you can't, stop saying those things, right? So it's like, I am an empowered, positive person. That's who you become, working on becoming. So I choose, this is my choice. My choice is to eat more of this stuff. Now, my choice may be to have potatoes and gravy one day, but that's okay, because that is a choice for that meal. But usually my choice, the way I live, is eating healthy consistently, because I know that is how I feel my best. But I also get to enjoy chocolate cake sometimes. I get to enjoy this thing sometimes, because they make me feel good. I love those foods, but I know that mostly I'm eating healthy, and most of the time I support my body in a really healthy way. That's how things shift and change. So when you're at Christmas or when you're in Thanksgiving, that's your mindset. So you're looking at all this stuff and you're like, well, I am the type of person who believes I know I get to feed my body healthy food. I'm the type of person who knows the benefits and feels how healthy I feel when I eat good. So I'm going to choose mostly these foods. Now I like these treats, so I'm going to have a couple of these treats too. But man, I'm going to eat so much of this healthy, amazing food that I love. Right? Bring healthy foods if it's not there. Make the healthy foods and bring them. Have the healthy foods, these things available, and eat more of them. But also on the side. So think of those fatty, not healthy things as on the side. I have my healthy, on the side, I have this. So you're not having to give up, never eat, not participate in those dinners. You just eat smaller amounts of that type of food. That's basically how it goes. But it really does also come from having an empowered state of being. And that's what my program Empowered is all about, is becoming an empowered person so that those decisions are not hard anymore. They're easy because it is who you are. It is who you are. So we look at these people, like someone may look at me and go, well, God, you don't have any problem. You just, or you never have to work out because you're thin or this. Well, because I may be this way because I take care of myself, right? Because I work out, because I've always worked out, because I eat clean, because I choose to eat clean. That's why I'm the way I'm like, right? That's why I'm like a size 1 or 2 at 55. It's because I've chosen those things every day. I've chosen now in midlife, in perimenopause, I did gain weight, and there are many things, hormones, stress, that are going like this. So balancing or losing a lot of weight at that phase of life is a little bit more challenging. But you can definitely 100% stop any more weight from coming on. And you will probably lose some, but you will definitely stop the weight gain, right? By eating a certain way, like by eating the healthy foods. All right, well, this has been long, but I'm just enjoying you guys. So if you haven't, does anybody have any more questions or comments? My empowerment program is going to be $127 for a short period. That's ending Friday or Saturday. Then it's going to $167. Okay, it's a 30-day. The last time, because in January I'm raising my prices for my programs because I need to get myself into that space because they're totally worth it, and I'm charging too little, tell you the truth, for what I do. I'm coming from more of an empowered place, right? So the Empowered program is going to be $127 till Friday. The people who have taken my program before get it for cheaper. So those who have taken my 21 days programs and 30-day programs before get a better deal. So once you start taking my programs, you do start to get better deals because so many want to take them over and over and over and over and over again. Like, I always have a different program. It's never the same, 2 programs. But thank you. Is there any more questions or anything before I sign off? It is freaking hot here right now in Bali. Do you guys want to see where I am? So let's see. There's my room in there. I'm at my desk. And then I have this beautiful scenery to look out onto. I love greenery. And it's sunny, guys. It's like 38 or some ridiculous thing. But first thing in the morning's gorgeous. I was out here at 6 o'clock, and I'm like, you guys are in the cold, and I'm like praying for it to cool off. Crazy. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching. Okay, I'm just struggling with writing the sales page for the Empowered program. Oh, God, I do that. Anyways, if the screen's dark, sorry, I touched it and it turned dark. But it's up. It's just, I think I'll just do a video for it because I can't explain what we do in our programs. They're just, they're too cool. All right. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you for those who've already signed up. I'm so looking forward to it. We're starting Monday the 26th, but we're starting pre-work later this week. All right. Bye-bye.